A conservative group has launched an effort to list and target professors that they disagree with, liberal professors generally. Now, they're either doing this in an attempt to silence them through intimidation or to potentially get them fired eventually by bringing negative press to them and the university that has hired them, or perhaps they're just trying to sell some merchandise.
So, the Young Turks, who claims to be a news network, tells you what the conservatives' motives are right away. Is he right? Maybe. That's not the point. Based on his initial introduction, what do you expect from him? Do you think he's going to be fair and unbiased? Do you think he's going to report on the issues without smearing conservatives? We'll find out.
Try to break down in this video. The website accuses nearly 200 college professors of advancing leftist propaganda in the classroom and discriminating against conservative students. This is a quote from Professor Watchlist, the organizer, that's the website. "We aim to post professors who have records of targeting students for their viewpoints, forcing students to adopt a certain perspective, and or abuse or harm students in any way for standing up for their beliefs." Now, if that was actually the case, we would be perfectly fine with this.
Don't worry, I will let him finish. So he's going to assume that the founders behind the project aren't actually intent on what they say their goal is? I wonder what he has to back up that claim.
And they say that while we have a way that students can tip us to professors that we should be watching, we only include people on the watch list if the news has covered what they've done. But they fucked up because I, thanks to you, ran TYT University, and so I came across a bunch of these conservative watchdog organizations that have BS sites that purport to be run by students but are not. They're set up by extremely old white Republicans, extremely old white Republicans, and then they will just simply say, oh, someone said this guy was talking about Marx in a way I didn't like, and they'll write up a little article about it. And now it's in the news.
Yes.
And so you can put them on professor watch list, and you can try to have the students' parents put pressure on them to potentially be fired or to shut up. And we have a little bit more.
Old white Republicans. That seems to be some fair reporting. What is it with identity politics and the regressive left? Leave it up to the Young Turks to right off the bat bring up race. Classic. This is starting to sound like a conspiracy theory. I thought right-wingers were the conspiracy theorists. Or does TYT get a free pass on this one? I hope he elaborates and actually provides context and examples of BS right-wing sites that are doing this. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. Let's say he had real-world examples. It's the internet. It wouldn't be shocking to find fake BS sites on every side of the political spectrum. So, let's not pretend this is a strictly Republican thing. He had to resort to anecdotal evidence in an attempt to apply a non-existent motive to the conservatives behind this organization. Let's not forget this kind of thing is already, hear that? Already happening to conservative professors.
What I think is most interesting is in that quote I just read you, it says, we want to post professors who have records of targeting students for their viewpoints, as you put people on a watch list for their viewpoints.
Look at that smug face. It's as if he believes he is initiating a really dope burn, and then he's like, aha, gotcha. Don't you see this tactic is merely self-defense or a response? Basically, this regressive is saying, oh look, conservatives are doing something that we do as a response of us doing it to them. How dare they do this thing that we totally do? That was the exact logic he just used, and then he had a smug face at the end. Newsflash, conservatives are tired of being censored. They're fighting back. Whether or not you agree with their tactic, of course, you're going to smear them on your fake news network with 3 million subscribers. They didn't even report on the news. They just said what was happening and then inserted their opinion without providing any proof or context of their opinion. They used strictly anecdotal evidence.
Incredible, because another thing that they do is they attack specific students who call for safe spaces.
What the fuck does that have to do with the scope of this discussion? Oh wait, you already spun the discussion off topic and added a fake motive to conservatives. She's going to go on and talk about how conservatives mock liberals by hosting mock safe spaces. Yeah, safe spaces are stupid.
I think that safe spaces actually undermine the entire purpose of being on a college campus. The only times that I really learned anything valuable in college, I'm going to keep it real, is when my preconceived notions were challenged.
Basically, Anna brought up how conservatives mock liberals for safe spaces, then brings up how she doesn't agree with safe spaces. Yes, she spent at least a minute talking about something to then render her initial point useless. Although, I give her props for saying something intelligent about safe spaces, for realizing that safe spaces are the most stupid and ridiculous and childish thing ever that really just creates an echo chamber.
Uncomfortable. And so I haven't been very supportive of ultra liberal or progressive students who call for safe spaces. But interestingly enough, now you have conservative students who are calling for safe spaces against professors who want to talk about discrimination, who want to talk about inequality.
Come on, Anna. What a dishonest way to misconstrue the conservative position. I contest what she said 100%. The conservatives weren't asking for safe spaces at all. It's like she didn't even hear the quote, "We aim to post professors who have records of targeting students for their viewpoints, forcing students to adopt certain perspectives, and or abuse or harm students in any way for standing up for their beliefs." They're not asking for a safe space, they're trying to spark a social movement that stops biased, regressive, liberal professors from targeting conservatives. Let's seriously not pretend like conservatives don't get targeted on campuses. Please don't deny that. Also, leftist professors are causing a huge amount of the illogical nonsense that has been occurring on these college campuses that you say you disagree with. And these professors are indoctrinating college students. Could the pendulum swing too far to the extreme right as a result of this? Yes, but stop pretending like conservatives don't have a point. Also, your co-host just said that he agrees with what the conservatives were doing right before he put a little spin on it to demonize conservatives without any proof other than anecdotal evidence, which wasn't even specific enough. Oh God, TYT. Come on.
You want to know what I think is an actual problem on college campuses? Having lobbyists like the Koch brothers fund science programs which push the notion that climate change does not exist so their coal industry can continue to be profitable.
What? Colleges have been spewing nothing but left-wing propaganda on global climate change. Come on now. I bet you'd be okay with lobbyists funding colleges if their goal was to push the notion that global climate change is real. I'm all for debate about global climate change, but to dismiss anything that denies climate change a problem? That's pretty authoritarian. If the Koch brothers are doing this, I'm glad, because it keeps the government from controlling what I can or can't do based on the morality of save the earth, guys. And the Koch brothers can spend their money on whatever they want, and they can send their money to whoever they want, provided as long as it's not government politicians directly. What I really want to say is quit pretending that global climate change is a settled issue and that anybody who disagrees with global climate change is an asshole or is just in it for profit or is anti-science, you fucking regressive.
I think that's more destructive than some bullshit about how Chicano studies professor is making you uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got it. You don't like minorities. I got it. You want to be a hateful little shit.
Oh my god. Classic regressive liberal tactic. When you don't have an argument and you start stuttering.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't like liberal professors spewing nonsense? Okay, well, let me just accuse you, the motive. Let me just accuse your motive as hating minorities, you fucking racist conservatives. No shock there, you Jared Leto looking fuck. Yeah, as soon as she pulled the anybody who disagrees with me is racist card, Yeah, I'm gonna resort to some ad hominem, you fucking triggered regressive fucking lefty, and I'm rolling with the ad hominem all the fucking way.
Then get the fuck off the college campus, okay? Get the fuck off the college campus. Then get the fuck off the college campus, okay? Get the fuck off the college campus. Then get the fuck off the college campus, okay? Get the fuck off the college campus. Then get the fuck off the college campus, okay? Get the fuck off the college campus.
Fuckity 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 fuck 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 fuck. Somebody go in there, edit that, and add music.
This is not a safe space for you.
It is not a safe space for you, whether you are calling for, liberal safe spaces or for these conservative safe spaces.
Again, these conservatives didn't call for a safe space. You stupid broad. They're calling out liberal professors. Come on now.
It's a college campus. Academic freedom is so incredibly important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have academic freedom. That's why conservatives are throwing a fit, you dense fuck. TYT should just fire Anna right fucking now. I'm using fuck a lot because I'm having a competition with her to see who can drop the most fuck bombs. Fuck, 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 fuckity fuck.
Then get the fuck off the college campus, okay? Get the fuck off the college campus. Then get the fuck off the college campus, okay? Get the fuck off the college campus. Then get the fuck off the college campus, okay? Get the fuck off the college campus. Get the fuck off the college campus, okay? Get the fuck off the college campus. Then get the fuck off the college campus, okay? Get the fuck off the college campus.
Although Anna does speak out against banning speakers from college campuses in this video, and I have to give her credit where credit is due.
In my opinion, is way more important than people's hurt feelings.
Yeah, I'm very glad that you rightly point out that what they want is for classrooms to be a safe space, a space where you're safe from having evidence presented to you when you don't agree with it.
Right.
For the last time, conservatives are doing this as a response to that exact thing being done on the opposite side of the coin. They're not asking for a, oh, my feelings are hurt, safe space. Do you fucks even know what a safe space is?
They want to be able to raise their hand and say something crazy, and the person who has studied for a lifetime on this material is not supposed to correct them if they're wrong or present contrary evidence so that people can make up their own mind. They don't want that going on.
No. That's what progressives are doing on college campuses. Again, conservatives are just fighting back.
And I will say, in terms of like the banning speakers is one thing, but when you say a school should have to pay an exorbitant amount of money to a controversial speaker, and if they don't want to do that, that's them being banned, that's not the same thing, of course. Mm-hmm. If that was the case, I could simply say, okay, pay me $1 million. Oh, you won't? I'm being banned. This is censorship. There's no reason why a university should have to pay $100,000 to some little shit to come in to speak for an hour.
I completely...
Now, if they want to come for free or for a reasonable amount of money...
Who the fuck is saying that is censorship? Who's arguing that?
No ideology, no political ideology gets to have a monopoly on education.
Yeah.
So just because you are a liberal student or just because you are a conservative student doesn't mean that you get to call the shots. Doesn't mean that everything that gets talked about in that campus has to reinforce what you believe and what makes you comfortable, okay? Education is supposed to be available, attainable, accessible for everyone, regardless of what their ideological standpoints are.
Yeah.
So I am completely against what's happening on college campuses right now. We need to promote dialogue so we don't continue dividing the country further.
I'm glad she said that, but I don't believe she feels that way. Why? Because they just conveniently criticized conservatives for reacting to those things that you just spoke out against. The conservatives weren't asking for a safe space or asking to ban speakers or certain students. They were trying to fight back against the targeting of conservatives by these regressive liberal professors. Leave it up to the Young Turks to bring up a topic, try to smear conservatives, then pull a straw man and get way off topic. This is Renegade Slogan Media signing out. Peace.